Hi, welcome to a brand new edition of Ask Jeff, where you, as a viewer and listener, get to ask the question, and I, as the person on the other side of the camera, get to answer this question. And sometimes they're silly, sometimes they're spiritual, sometimes they're a combination of both. This question actually comes via someone who knows of us, who has talked to a church member, who wanted this question asked and answered. And that's how it was brought and presented to me. And so here it is. The question, simple question. Why are there only 10 commandments? The answer, because we wouldn't do any better if we had 11. Now, I don't really know. I mean, the answer to the question is one of those things where you could give a silly answer or you could give a deep answer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tackle it from the standpoint of how a pastor should answer it. And basically, that's to summarize that the 10 Commandments, if you look at them and think about them, they're also known as the Decalogue, are the 10 laws in the Bible that God gave to the nation of Israel after the Exodus from Egypt. And the 10 Commandments are essentially a summary of the 613 commandments mentioned in the Old Testament laws. So you take all those 613, you try to put them in some broad categories, some big buckets, you come up with 10. The first 4 of the 10 Commandments deal with our relationship with God. The last 6 commandments deal with how we relate to one another. And so if you're in the Bible and you're looking, Exodus chapter 20, verse 1 through 17, Deuteronomy chapter 5, verses 6 through 21. And for our culture, most people look at the 10 Commandments as a set of rules. And if you follow those rules, you'll get into heaven after death. That's really not what they're designed to do. In contrast, the 10 Commandments is to help people realize that they can't make it on their own and they can't live up to the standards, making us aware and drawing us to a closeness to God that helps us realize that we need a Savior. No matter what the rich young ruler says in the New Testament, nobody keeps all of the 10 Commandments. They try. It's our goal. It's the standard that God sets. But as we look at those and we try to flesh those out, we fail and we fail miserably. And so we need someone to make the difference, and that someone is Jesus. And so 10 is the summary number. 10 is where all of it gets combined. If we had 11, we would be no better. If we had 5, well, it wouldn't be enough. And so we have to realize that that number 10, while there's nothing magical about it, certainly becomes the standard. And if you ever watch the Mel Brooks movie, History of the World, they do a funny little bit where Moses comes off the mountain with 15 commandments and he drops one of the tablets, and so he cuts it from 15 to 10. Very, very funny, a little bit irreverent, a little irreligious, but still it makes me smile when I think about it. Maybe that's how we got 10. Not really. God gave us 10. He wrote them on stone. That's it. That helps. All right? So that's why we have 10 commandments, because God knew we needed them. He wrote them. We got them. That's it. Keep those cards and letters coming. We'll answer your next question when we get the opportunity here on Ask Jeff.